Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. You are welcome to eSchool, an online platform of academic English. Today I am going to discuss you the second part of Linguistic 1 language. I hope you will remain with me till the end. Let us start our lesson. First of all, we need to know and understand the difference between human language and animal communication. Animal communication is a form of communication that shows similarities to human language. However, there are significant differences between them. What are they? All animals have some system for communicating with other members of their species, but only humans have a language which allows them to produce and understand about new messages. Birds, bees, dolphins, chimpanzees, among other animals transmit and interpret a fixed number of messages to signal friendliness or hostility. This means the presence of food or of danger. But their messages are restricted to some cases of communication. No animal can tell another one about past experiences, and still they are not able to communicate their plans for the future. Humans alone are able to talk about vast numbers of things which come from accumulated knowledge, memory and imagination. Here we can see, though there are some similarities between human languages and animal communication, but human language and animal communication are not the same. Animal communication is a form of communication. It is like any other form of communication, and this communication is only used for some cases. These are restricted to some cases. Usually they are used to signal friendliness or hostility, means the presence of food or of danger. And beside, no animal can tell of another one what they have experiences or what their plans for the future. Only human being can tell of best things. They can express themselves. They can communicate with other human beings. They can tell of what they have experiences and what are the plans for the future. And they are talking their best number of messages comes from accumulated knowledge, memory and imagination, and so human language and animal communication is totally different. Then our next topic is grammar. We must know first what is grammar. In linguistics, grammar is the set of structural rules governing the composition of clauses, phrases and words in a natural language. In short, we can say grammar is the way in which words, phrases and clauses are put together to form proper sentences. It is actually the study of linguistic structure. The structure present in a language. Then, difference between descriptive grammar and prescriptive grammar. There are two kinds of grammar called descriptive grammar and prescriptive grammar. We must know about these two grammars. Students usually face a lot of problems understanding these two types of grammar. I have tried my best to explain these two terms as easily as possible. Let us start. Descriptive grammar and prescriptive grammar are two contrasting terms in linguistics. First of all, we need to know what is descriptive grammar. Descriptive grammar is a systematic study and description of a language. It is a set of rules and examples dealing with syntax and word structure of a language, usually intended as an aim to the learning of that language. It describes not how one should speak, but how to identify sentences that are well formed and helps us know about the sounds, phrases and sentences of a language. In short, we can say descriptive grammar is actually the description of a language, linguistic structure. To understand and unearth the rules present in the language. The descriptive grammarian usually describe the rule present in a language. They identify and unearth the rules remaining in a natural language. On the other hand, we see prescriptive grammar refers to the structure of a language as certain people think it should be used. It is opposite to descriptive grammar as it creates rules rather than identifies the rules already present. Here we say prescriptive grammar never describe the rule already present. Rather, they enforce or introduce new rules and regulation to be used. As certain people think these rules are very important and these rules should be used to write a well-formed language or sentences. We can explain these two terms value more. Both kinds of grammar are concerned with rules, but in different ways. Specialists in descriptive grammar called linguists study the rules or patterns that underlie in our use of words, phrases and clauses and sentences. On the other hand, prescriptive grammar suggests most editors and teachers enforce or introduce rules about what they believe to be correct or incorrect use of language. Here we say actually the two grammars are concerned with rules, but in different ways. While the specialist in descriptive grammarians explain or unearth the rules present and they describe the rules so that we can learn our language in a proper way. On the other hand, we see prescriptive grammarian, they are usually include most editors and teachers. They never explain or describe the rules present. Rather, they enforce or introduce new rules to be used. They focus on new rules to be used and they never explain the already present the rules already present. We can differentiate these two terms in a single sentences. Let us see. He is more talented than her. It is usually used in a spoken language and sometimes in written also. First of all, we see what the descriptive grammarians say. About this sentence, the descriptive grammarians will say that it is correct because we often see the native speakers used her after conjunction like then, so it is correct. But a prescriptive grammarian say it is wrong because they say that after conjunction then we must need use of subjective form, not objective form. So they say this sentence is wrong. So in short, we can say the descriptive grammarian describe the role present, and prescriptive grammarian never explain or describe the role present. Rather, they introduce some other rules to be used. Then we need to understand some terms related to knowledge. Let us start. Teaching grammar. What is teaching grammar? First of all, we need to know it. Teaching grammar is used to learn another language or dialect. It is used in school to fulfill language requirements. It is helpful to the people who do not speak the standard or prestigious dialect. Teaching grammar explicitly states the rules of the language, lists the words and their pronunciations, and aids in learning a new language or dialect. Teaching grammar is actually like any other grammar that helps new learners to acquire our knowledge, to learn and acquire a knowledge that is not his mother tongue or that is not used in his society. Then grammatical and ungrammatical. When we say that a sentence is grammatical, we mean that it conforms to the rules of grammar. It is often used in well-written form of a language. See here, grammatical. What is grammatical? We can say if a sentence follows the rules and regulation, the structure of a grammar, the sentence is grammatical. On the other hand, an ungrammatical sentence deviates from the rules of grammar in any way. So the sentence is not correct in a standard written form of a language. Here we can say we never use grammar in our day-to-day use of language. We don't always use the proper grammatical rules whenever we talk, and we can say these sentences are ungrammatical as these sentences don't follow the rules and structure of a grammar. Besides, these sentences sometimes deviates from the rules of grammar in any way. A standard dialect. The standard dialect is a better dialect for someone wishing to obtain a particular job or achieve a position of social position. In a society where linguistic profiling is used to discriminate against speakers of a minority dialect, it may behoove those speakers to learn the prestige dialect rather than wait for social change. But linguistically, prestige and standard dialects don't have superior grammars. In this case, we can say a standard dialect is a prestige dialect, linguistically or socially, and we see this dialect is often used by the nobility or educated people of a society, and those who are not native in this dialect usually learn it so that they can obtain a particular job or achieve a position in a society. This dialect is learnt by the minorities often, because sometimes we see the minorities are often discriminated due to their low quality of dialect or the language they speak. It is time to end for today. I request all of you, if you like this lesson, please like and comments in the video and share with friends. Allah Hafiz.